Over here, my general takes care of business, takes down all the Shadow Warriors. I overrun just to get over towards the edge. It's the next to last turn here, so they're not going to be able to accomplish anything. I just want to keep them alive, preserve points. This time, the dragon does take care of business, takes down about half the peasant bowman skirmishers. It's amazing how, one turn he can only do 2 wounds, and the next turn he manages like 8 or whatever it was. And he pursues them but rolls low enough he doesn't catch them. They're exactly 1 inch beyond him. Alright, beginning of the high elf turn. The dragon charges the skirmishers who are already fleeing. They have to flee again. This time they don't roll high enough, so that's where the dragon ends up. The eagle, who looks mysteriously like a very old greater demon of Tzeentch, charges the bowman, do a stand and shoot, but no luck there. Or, no, he was too close. I was unable to do a stand and shoot, I'm sorry. Dragon breathes fire on the Grail Relic, takes down 2. The the Dragon Riding Lord, has a bow, just a regular bow or longbow, one of the two, and had been forgetting to use it all day. He remembers this time and makes it past the armor of one of the questing knights. In the combat with the eagle, 2 deaths on my side. Eagle wins that one pretty easily. Overruns, ends up as so. Alright, turn 6, Bretonnian turn. Last turn of the game for me, so I declare a charge on the fast cav who don't flee far enough. We measure the wheel real carefully, that's why the laser levels out. Do not overrun into the eagle, and that's where they end up, so they'll be able to contest a table quarter. I decide to charge the Grail Relic into the dragon. My thought process is I'll hold him up so that he can't charge something more valuable like my BSB in the last turn, because I know that's what he would want to do probably. So did that. One thing where I messed up is during the last turn with the fire breathing, I had to take a panic test, and I passed it. So for some reason in both my mind and my opponent's mind, we thought that they had already passed a terror test, but since it was a panic test, it didn't count. They should have had to take a terror test in order to flee the dragon, but we just plain forgot. So I feel bad about that. Turn my bowmen to the side so they can shoot at the silver helms. I tried to do a fancy change facing maneuver, and I ended up in this ridiculous position, which I'm not even sure is legal or not, but it ended up not working. And then I moved the BSB halfway between the 2 units so they can use reroll for both of them. The men-at-arms charge the bolt thrower with 1 last crewman. I do bring my general over closer to them for 2 reasons. One is if for some reason, I can't even think of a scenario, but if something went horribly wrong, like there's an exploding elf bolt thrower I don't know about or something, I'll be able to use the general's leadership. Send my last remaining Grail Knight to hide in the woods just to preserve points. The battle with the men-at-arms and the giant crossbow goes just fine. He kills one of my guys because of voice strikes first, but yeah, plenty of static combat res there. Dragon does quite a bit of damage to the Grail Relic, but I did manage to sneak 1 wound through at some point. I don't remember if that was this turn or some other time in the game. I lose, but the stubborn 8 rerollable with the BSB nearby works just fine, and they hold. The Silver Helms charged the bowman here, who did a stand and shoot. They took out 1 Silver Helm, but it wasn't enough. The Silver Helms, they either slaughtered every single one or else they overran. I don't remember which one of the two. And now, the moment of the game. The combat with the dragon and the Grail Relic goes, as you can see there, he killed two of mine. I didn't put any wounds on him, but obviously I have outnumber. I had A rank when the battle started, and I had a standard bearer. So I won combat just slightly, and you can see what he rolled for his leadership test. 12. And this is the bottom of turn 6. So we didn't even bother to do the pursuit flee roll because we know he's fleeing and it's the last turn of the game, so it doesn't matter what happens. So give a gold medal to the Grail Relic. There's an overview at the end of the game. It was the result was, I believe, a massacre for the Bretonnians, mainly because I took down the dragon in the last turn. Again, I felt bad about the whole thing where I'd passed a panic test and thought it was a terror test, and neither of us thought of it until it was too late. We also ran a calculation to see if the dragon had held in combat at the end of the turn there. I still would have won, but it would have been a minor victory instead of a massacre. So. Hope you enjoyed the battle report, and see you next time.